Hi, welcome to the Northwest Carp Blog. I'm back at Cromwell Lake near Newark for a 48-hour session. It's not very often you see me night fishing, but I'm doing 2 nights on this place, and so far I'm not having a very good time. I've lost 2 fish due to the weed. I'm fishing on zigs. I'm in peg 6. I've got the longest chuck on the lake to reach the middle, and I've got about 12 feet of water out there. I'm having to fish zigs that are 10 feet long, and they're difficult to catch, difficult to cast I should say, and yeah, I'm struggling. I've had 2 of the 4 runs on the lake so far and lost them both, so I'm a little bit disappointed and not doing too well, but there's still time for more yet. There's definitely fish out in front of me. The zigs are on and out and they're staying there. There's very little point in fishing bottom baits at the moment. There's so much weed around. It's like that horrible candy floss stuff on the bottom that clogs everything up. I've switched over to drop off leads. I'm losing the leads now because it's so much trouble, and everybody's struggling to find clear spots. A couple of the lads have lost markers. One lad's even had his line break, reeling in. There's that much weed on his line. Yeah, it's not good. Hopefully I've got just under 24 hours to go, another 18 hours or so. I've got this evening and tomorrow morning as potential feeding times, so fingers crossed I'll get a fish. I'd like to avoid a blank, because I've been coming on these socials now for 10 years or so and I've never blanked on one of them, and this will be the first time I ever do, so I'm up against it at the moment. Hopefully with these drop off leads, if I get another chance I'll get one in. In the meantime, have a look at the lake and some of the wildlife, and if I catch any more I'll be back with a beaming smile and a fish, and if I don't I'll be sat here in my bivvy door moaning my head off. So, take a look at this place. Well, this is the view from my bivvy door. As you can see, my rod's down there in the bottom left of the screen, guitar string tight, bobbins right at the top of the needle, waiting for a bite on those big zigs that are out in the middle. From peg 6, just alter the camera a bit. Don't know whether you can see the pylon on the far side there. Top right hand corner of the screen, there's a pylon just behind the trees. I'm aiming at that. I've got a zig either side of that, and one a bit further to the right, and out there in the middle seems to be where the fish are sitting. I've got to say, it's a lovely place, Cromwell. Looking to my left, that's the path down. Grass is well mowed, it's well manicured. Bailiffs come round a couple of times a day cleaning the rubbish up. Any rubbish with one of those helping hand things, grabbers, and they keep the place neat and tidy. Looking the other way, as you can see, nicely manicured and a really nice place to spend some time. It's just a pity that at the moment the fish aren't playing ball. So yeah, this is the view I've had for the last few days. Well, since yesterday. I'm filming all this on the 2nd day. Yesterday I just wanted to get fishing and get set up, and operating the camera wasn't really on my mind. You know what it's like, you just want to get yourself sorted out. But yeah, just sitting around looking around today. It is a really nice lake. It's just a shame that the weed's so bad and it's cost a couple of fish. But know, I'm one of the only few people who've had a run so far. Most of the lads haven't. And to be honest, most of us look like we're going to blank, so we're up against it. It's northeasterly wind, high pressure, conditions are rubbish, and before we arrived it was fishing rubbish, and nothing's changed there. So fingers crossed I'll get one on the zigs. If I don't, it'll be my first blank. Disappointing, but that's the way things are. If I catch, I'll be back. So, tactics for Cromwell Lake on this trip: zig rigs. I decided before the call I was going to go all out on zigs. It's a brilliant zig water. The average depth here is about 13 feet, and April-May time, when the water's warmed up and the upper layers have warmed up, zig fishing's really good. On the previous two trips I've been here before this one, of course on zigs both times, so I thought this time I'd go all out on them, and it turned out to be the right move. I got pegged 6 again. It's all long chuck this, so I've been casting zigs that are 9, 10, 11 foot into around about 100 yards, 100, 110 yards, something like that. It's actually quite a difficult skill to master that. You'd have to put your bait on the floor, add a stringer to make sure that the foam, the actual rigged zig foam, stays away from the lead. A stringer helps do that. Drop off leads are necessary. The weed here is horrendous. I've lost 2 fish due to the weed. Get a run, and I've been using a running lead, or it started off on a running lead, and I got the run, and within a few minutes of playing it, it's locked up solid. The weed on the bottom is like candy floss, and if your lead goes in it and you pull, it kind of all closes together over it, and it ends up getting bogged down. Even if you don't get a run, when you wind in, you'll find you're pumping back what feels like 20 pound of weed. And, literally, it's like playing a fish, just winding your rods in. It's that bad. So once I'd lost those fish, I set myself up with drop-off leads. Of couple of the lads gave me some MCF clips and a standard lead clip, which had been just PVA-ing at the back. I've left the tail rubber off the clip completely, and that's helped. So next run I got after that turned out to be £35 mirror. So that's my trip made. I'll show you that now, the mirror. Take a look at this.
Go on, get her up.
Holy shit!
Let's see your language on video, mate.
Is it framed, mate? You can move it up and down if you want.
Yeah, it's fine. How do you zoom in?
No. On the front, mate.
Which one?
There's no where your right index finger is there. That's it.
Oh, I thought it was far. Smile. Smile. There's my wife.
There we go. Cromwell Lake.
Smile.
£35. Course on a zig rig.
You got a good navvy smile in there, mate.
Smile when he's laughing.
Stay where you are, you move round this side.
Do you want to flip a few round?
Stay where you are, stay where you are. There you go. There's where it runs.
Oh, wicked that. Wicked, lovely.
Stay where you are.
Give me some
Stay where you are.
Mate, I need to put it down because it weighs a bloody ton.
Stay where you are.
Look at the outrod.
Stay where you are. Alright, Barry. Thank you.
Jesus, this thing weighs a ton.
Need to go gym, Mark.
£35 Cromwell mirror. What a whacker. Mate, I've got to put him down.
You realise we'll cut your head off on everyone. Hey up, hey up. Hey up. Oh shit, carry on, Kev.
Looks like James has got a run. Or Barry's just given one. It's £35 Cromwell mirror. What a stunner. Can you flip it round for us, Kev, so I can see him?
Yeah, awesome.
Brilliant, mate. All the way down, mate, till it goes. That's it. Thank you. Right, we'll ring the bailiff. We'll put him in the margins in this, and we'll ring the bailiff because it's a 35. Is he? Yeah. Brilliant. And yeah, after that he can go back, I think. Come on, lift your head. As soon as he gets his head out, stops going backwards. There we go. What a sight.
Quick, get bait in it. Come around, say hello, looking.
I don't know what he's a bit disorientated, and he just needs to get his direction.
Yeah, he's saying hello just before he goes.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's it.
So yeah, £35 mirror. It's a crow. So yeah, £35 mirror. couldn't believe that. It's actually a new UK PB mirror for me. It's not an overall PB, and I'm not going to beat 39.8 from Wally's Common from Sandhurst. But yeah, £35 mirror is my biggest ever mirror. Of course, on a zig. I was quite shocked by that actually. I literally wasn't expecting it. There's been a few fish of that size out of this lake on our trips, but they always happen to someone else, and it's never me. So this time it's been my turn, and I must say I'm quite pleased about that. So it's been a good trip. But yeah, the zigs down the middle of the lake seem to be working well. I've been using black foam, a Fox zigger liner. I've run out of the black holders, the foam holders, the actual zigger liner itself. So I've had to use a yellow one or a red one with a piece of black foam in it, and did come to the yellow one because yellow was a good colour for zig fishing on here anyway, and all my previous fish had come on the yellow version. So yeah, that's worked, and I've had a few runs on it. I still can't get over those 2 losses. Very disappointing on the first evening. I hate losing fish, and I hate leaving hooks in fish, and the line parted on both of them, so I'm not best pleased about that at all. But you know, swings and roundabouts. Right, so where was I before I was rudely interrupted by a passerby? Yeah, the zig rigs. All I had was a yellow holder, so I've been using a yellow zigger liner with black foam. But black foam definitely seems to be the bait to use this year. It's changed from yellow, which was the favourite last time I was here 2 years ago, and the year before that as well, 3 years ago. So yeah, black foam, if you're coming down here to fish, zig rigged black foam is the bait to use. And I've been fishing mine, like I said, on the drop-off leads eventually after losing those fish. And my lines, as you can see behind me, I don't know if you can see the pod with the indicators at the top of the needle, guitar string tight. And it's just a case, once the rigs are in, you know, there's no plumbing or bait to put in or anything like that. Not at that range, can't do it. You know, I know some people use spod soup and stuff like that, but you know, I'm not going to get that out there. So basically they're just single zigs, and once you've actually got the baits in, it's quite easy fishing, just sitting and waiting for your turn. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Cromwell. This social has been a good one in the end, the 35-pounder. To be honest, it didn't register the 35-pound when I weighed it. I was just more pleased that it actually avoided a blank. Because you know, I've been coming on these socials with my mates for at least 10 years now. Sometimes we've done 2 a year, and I've yet to blank on one. And after losing 2 fish, you know, I'll be honest, I had a face like a smacked arse. But it's worked out quite well in the end, like of new PB mirror, and I've not blanked, which was the most important thing of all. So yes, nice. That's it for now. I'll be packing up later, going home. It's 6:20 on Sunday morning. We've got to be off at 9:30. So yeah, I'll pack up happy today, go home happy, and then I'll watch this footage back, look at the pictures we took, and I'll remember a good social. So until next time, tight lines, I'll see you soon.